I just need to make one quick correction before I get into this. This is me talking after I did the unboxing video. For some reason in the documentation or in the promotional videos, I I said a couple of times in the unboxing video that these indicator pins were red in the marketing, and that was incorrect. So I went back and took a look, and I was wrong about that. So please disregard anything I said about these being red as opposed to green for some reason. Well, no, I know what the reason is. It's because on the landslide and the other sites in the past, these were always red. And on top of that, the dead stop is also red. I don't know why they didn't just make everything green, because now this dead stop is the only red thing on this site. So something I just want to make a correction before I get into this, so I don't get flooded in the comments with people going, they're green, they've been green the whole time. So please disregard that part. Alright, so my Axcel driver, after I ordered it just before Thanksgiving, has arrived. I have not opened this box yet, and I'm going to react to its contents right now with no prompting or anything. So let's have a look. So I ordered the dovetail version with the 2-pin Ranger pin. So the first thing I notice with this, well, that's going to cover, look under the foam, tech manual, mounting hardware, and free site tapes. Really, are they really free, guys? I'm pretty sure the $475 site should probably come with them, and definitely part of the price of operation there. So yeah, definitely not free. That's not a good way to describe that. Anyway, so longer scope rod than the ones I remember seeing in the promotional videos. I got the 2-pin Ranger pin, which has the rotating, allegedly rotating rheostat cover. So that covers up that part, and then opening it up increases the brightness of the pins. I think I can't remember if I went with a 10-pin or a 19, but those pins are pretty darn bright. I like that the AVX site has a very large bubble level. And then it's got the oh, that's for removing the pin. Okay, so the pin is removable. It's pretty easy. It's actually slotted now. Has a good amount of fiber in there, so it's slotted now. I was thinking there was going to be a way to put a scope in there. Maybe it needs a kit, or is it in front, or is it in there? I'm not familiar with the AVX. It came with an AVX 41. That's the one that I chose. Doesn't look like it comes with scope rings, which is odd. There should be a ring in there so that you're able to mount a scope into it. I'll have to research the AVX sites. I'm not planning on putting a scope or a lens in anyway. However, that's something, you get a couple of options for mounting. You can mount it horizontal or vertical. I don't know why you do a down pin, but... And then the rheostat cover is attached to the scope ring. Is it removable? Yeah, the rheostat cover is removable. Can you use it without it? If you really wanted to, you could use the AVX scope without. That would be my compressor, my air compressor. So you could use the Ranger pin without the rheostat cover. I don't know why you would, or why you'd want to, but that's something. That goes all the way at the bottom and locks at the bottom. Okay, so nice AVX scope, looks nice. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this scope rod is longer than the one that was advertised on the website and in the marketing. So now for the sight itself. The first thing you notice is it is light. It is not a heavy sight. They're trying to... Hey look, it's got an inset. That's interesting. The scope rod, I talked about this with the proof. I don't know why that's so bright. I don't know why the lighting's so bright. Let's turn it off. Is that any better, or am I just Casper the Friendly Ghost here? Anyway, so looking at that, the dovetail bar actually has an inset, meaning that the scope is pushed in further this way instead of being a completely straight bar. That's interesting because it means they took into account, because the bridge lock would need to be offset if it was set up the other way. Now the windage bar, it's got a really short micro adjustable windage bar. So that's something to consider. Now that's going to make a big difference as far as windage goes, though you can make up a lot of the gang windage with the longer scope rod. Interesting question is, how smooth is it? That wheel is nice and smooth. I approve. The wheel is nice and smooth, and the rubber that it is coated in... What the hell's up with that? That's interesting. There's like there's play in this thing. I don't know why. Why would that be spring-loaded? I don't know. That's weird. But the wheel itself is very smooth. And that's something I started looking for because I bought an HHA Nitrix, which is right here, because I wanted to experiment and learn with HHA sites and use it as a comparison. And their wheel has stacking. And you can feel the gears. And I wasn't crazy about that when I experienced that. So, the Axcel Driver, the wheel might be the second smoothest that I've felt. The first smoothest I felt would be the dial proof. And then the lock doesn't start to engage until... hard to see because everything's black. The lock doesn't start to engage until right about there. Nope. Until right about there. There you can still turn it, and then fully engaged, it is fully locked. So that's good. Now that windage switch. There's a... Okay, so you can... So there's a switch here, there's a lock right here, so you can... Does that... Okay, so that locks it in. Pushing it in makes it so you can move the windage knob. And that piece, that's where the windage knob used to be. And now that's the opposite part of the thing. Now, the windage knob itself is small. It's a small knob, and it's also partially obstructed by the indicator pins, which are green on this model. And I thought that they were red. I thought they were supposed to be red. I don't know who decided that. That's not an option that you can choose. But this windage knob, it's stiff. The clicks are tactile and positive, and then you can lock it back down by pushing that out. The problem is its location. It's going to be on the inside. It's going to be on the shelf side of the riser. So it means you're going to have to, when you're sighting this in, you're going to need to reach over, press that in to unlock it, and then turn it this way. And then you can't really see which way it's turning because your hands are going to be in the way. Unless you switch hands, hold it on the other side, and then use your bow hand to make the adjustments. So the changes, the improvements they made on this are going to be making it a little bit more inconvenient to sight in. And hey, look, there's already a mark right there out of my dovetail. So that's good. It came with a scratch. Fantastic. Okay, so the mounting block. Some of the better ones for, okay, so there's no detent. At least they made, used actual ball mills to make the nubs so that fits into. The better ones for the Axcel Achieve have a spring-loaded detent in it. This is the older style with just a ball on the end of this knob. So a machined brass ball on the end of the knob. So that works fine. The dovetail bar is aluminum. There's a micro adjustable second axis here. There is no first axis here because this mechanism is supposed to be square. What the hell is that? No, that's part of the mechanism there. So there's a lot of black parts. The hardware is supposed to be stainless steel. Looks to be in pretty good shape. There are a lot of available vertical adjustment bars for this bar, so it's kind of like a target sight in that respect. So I like it so far. I don't like where this windage knob is, and I know why they put it there, and the reason they put it there is because they were going to put it here, and then they either got a cease and desist from UltraView and they had to move it, so they moved it here in order to have to machine as few newer parts as possible so that the mechanism doesn't need a complete redesign, but it makes things way less convenient. So anyway, let's look and see what's under the foam. So we have the instructions. Of course, there is a sticker, a set of sight tapes. It is a 40 stick-on sight tape set that you have to cut out with a pair of scissors. That's not great. So you better be good with your scissors. And then the instruction booklet. Mounting the sight, elevation rail adjustment, leveling first second axis, leveling to the bowstring, leveling first second axis, leveling third axis, more leveling third axis, windage adjustments, sighting in your scope based on number of pins, sighting in single pin scope, sighting in ranger pins, sighting in your scope on number of pins, 3 or more pins, so AccuStat instructions, setting elevation and windage tension. That should be set from the factory and you shouldn't really have to touch it unless you really want to fiddle with it. Adjusting lock knob to lockdown elevation, changing the scope and quick disconnect, attaching quiver mount bracket, installing hubcap sold separately. The hubcap goes in here and is meant to cover up, well, it's not covering or protecting anything because the gearing is exposed. So it's not like it's going to provide protection, it's just so if you want to add a little bling to your sight. Which is fine, everybody wants to. I'll probably indulge in that at some point. It says 9 engraved patterns available in 10 different colors. Whoa. Attaching quiver mounting bracket, and there's the designs for the hubcaps. They're calling it the lightest bridge lock slider sight on the market, most side clearance of any bridge lock slider sight. And then the tread is the tread grip is this cover over here that goes on top of the wheel. You can pull that off, or can you? Yeah, it comes off. So you can pull this off and then put something in. It holds pretty well. I'm not going to mess with that too much because every time you pull it off, it's going to get a little bit looser. So, but it's better fit than the one that I got with the UV slider, which was loose, and I wasn't impressed with that. Now, something I want to find out, how many metal tapes did it come with, and what else does it come with? So we got another baggie here. It says 0.050 Allen key, so 50,000th Allen key, 1/16 inch Allen wrench, 5/64 Allen wrench, 3/32 Allen wrench, 9/64 Allen wrench, 2 FHCS. I don't know what that stands for. 1024 by 3/4 inch screws. Those are the mounting screws to put on the side of the riser, and 7 metal sight tapes. And I want to know which ones they included. Now I see 26, I see a 31, 14, 27, 31. I'm looking for the highest number here. 31, 28, 27 and 28, 31 and 32, 26 and 25. So if there's it's 7 tapes, 2 tapes each, front and back. So if there's 39, there's 40, 40 and 39, 22 and 21, 13 and 14. So we got 13 and 14, 21 and 22, 26 and 25, 27 and 28. The point I'm trying to make is they have 40 sight tapes and you're only getting 14 of them. I think a sight at this price point should come with all of them. And I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation. To their credit, normally they don't include anything. So when I bought 2 Axcel landslides, and I think they came with 1 sight tape, 1 metal sight tape. So, and they didn't come with any tools. So to their credit, at least they're including the tools this time, and then some of the sight tapes. Now, one of the differences between what it used to be with the original drivers sight tapes, they had to change these too, because apparently they may have been running into ultra-use patent. I guess they may put in a patent application for fucking sight tapes, metal sight tapes. But there are 3 mounting holes on the top and 3 mounting holes on the bottom. Those sights used to be slotted. There used to be a slot here instead, so you can just slide it up and down so you can fine-tune it. Now you have to do a combination of using these individual mounting holes and then moving your indicator markers in order to match everything up with your point of impact when you sight it in. So I'm not, excuse me, I am not disappointed yet. I still don't like where this windage knob is, but I think I'm gonna mount this on my Darton Veracity that I'm gonna be doing a test for the Gas System X strings. It's an 80-pounder, so that ought to be fun. And I should be able to use the sight tapes that are available. For some reason, that sight tape says 17, so I'm guessing there's another. So technically you get 15 sight tapes if there is a scale on the opposite side. And the sticker isn't fully seated on there. So anyway, so far, I'm not overly disappointed. I don't like that there's a scratch right there. I don't like taking things out of the box and finding scratches on them. So anyway, I'm going to put out my ad nauseum video. I'm going to get this mounted on a bow and get it all fully assembled. And then I'll put out my ad nauseum video as soon as I get a chance. But this has been a completely cold unboxing video, and I hope somebody got any information out of it, and I hadn't stuttered and stammered my way through too much of it. Anyway, what else we got on here? QR codes for the tech manual, more information on your new driver site, hashtag Trueball Axcel Life. Use hashtag on your social media and we may surprise you with free swag. Oh, I don't know if they want me to do that. So anyway, I like it so far. There are already things I don't like. I like and I don't like. So that ad nauseum video is going to come out. I can't wait to talk about the drama between Axcel and UltraView, because that's who they were talking about when they took some shots about companies not showing off their manufacturing in their social media and marketing. So anyway, I hope this has been informative, and you'll probably see this footage in my ad nauseum video to talk about the unboxing part of it. So anywho, I will talk to you in a bit. Take care, stay safe, and happy hunting. 27 and 28. The point I'm trying to make is they have 40 site tapes and you're only getting 14 of them. I think a site at this price point should come with all of them. And I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation. To their credit, normally they don't include anything. So when I bought 2 Axcel landslides, and I think they came with one site tape, one metal site tape. So, and they didn't come with any tools. So to their credit, at least they're including the tools this time, and then some of the site tapes. Now, one of the differences between what it used to be with the original drivers site tapes, they had to change these too, because apparently they may have been running into UltraView's patent. I guess they may put in a patent application for fucking site tapes, metal site tapes. But there are 3 mounting holes on the top and 3 mounting holes on the bottom. Those sites used to be slotted. There used to be a slot here instead, so you can just slide it up and down so you can fine tune it. Now you have to do a combination of using these individual mounting holes and then moving your indicator markers in order to match everything up with your point of impact when you sight it in. So I'm not excuse me. I am not disappointed yet. I still don't like where this windage knob is, but I think I'm gonna mount this on my Darton Veracity that I'm gonna be doing a test for the Gas System X strings. It's an 80-pounder, so that ought to be fun. And I should be able to use the site tapes that are available. For some reason, that site tape says 17, so I'm guessing there's another. So technically you get 15 site tapes if there is a scale on the opposite side. So anyway, so far, I'm not overly disappointed. I don't like that there's a scratch right there. I don't like taking things out of the box and finding scratches on them. So anyway, I'm going to put out my ad nauseum video. I'm going to get this mounted on a bow and get it all fully assembled. And then I'll put out my ad nauseum video as soon as I get a chance. But this has been a completely cold unboxing video, and I hope somebody got any information out of it and I hadn't stuttered and stammered my way through too much of it. Anyway, what else we got on here? QR codes for the tech manual, more information on your new driver site, hashtag Trueball Axcel Life. Use hashtag on your social media and we may surprise you with free swag. Oh, I don't know if they want me to do that. So anyway, I like it so far. There are already things I don't like. I like and I don't like. So that ad nauseum video is going to come out. I can't wait to talk about the drama between Axcel and UltraView, because that's who they were talking about when they took some shots about companies not showing off their manufacturing in their social media and marketing. So anyway, I hope this has been informative, and you'll probably see this footage in my ad nauseum video to talk about the unboxing part of it. So anywho, I will talk to you in a bit. Take care, stay safe, and happy hunting. Okay, I had to get back on when I was fiddling around with this stuff because I found something else that's kind of amusing. I went to install my AVX scope into the windage bar bracket or whatever it's called, and for some reason there's a washer. It's hard to put in here, but the screw that's supposed to clamp down the scope rod into this bracket has a washer under it, and that washer doesn't fit into the slot that this screw is supposed to go into. So if I unscrew this, here's the little washer. So with that washer, unless in some part of the instructions they warn you to remove that, this is how it's supposed to fit in. Let me get this. Hang on. Maybe that's a little easier. So that is where, or how it's supposed to fit. So there's a little slot that's machined out so that this socket head screw will fit snugly into there and it looks good. If I had tightened down that bracket with that washer in place, it would have utterly fucked up this bracket and scratched the shit out of it. So why is there a washer there? Is it supposed to go in here? Why bother putting it there? Is there in the I'll have to look at the documentation, but is there somewhere that says you're supposed to remove that? I don't know why. But look at this. See if I can zoom in without it. Look at that. That's how that tightens down. If I ran that down with an Allen key, it would have destroyed this bracket. So why is it there? Is it supposed to go in here? I don't know why. Let's find out if it works that way. I don't know why you'd put a washer in there. Let me scope. So if this went in here, like so. So that slides in there. This windage, you're gonna have to figure that out and level all that stuff out. Are you supposed to put that in here? No, because it doesn't fit. So what is this washer for? That would have been bad. So there should not be a washer there. This should, or it's the wrong size. Like I said, if I had run that all the way, if I had locked that down and ran that all the way down, I would have destroyed this bracket. It would have utterly screwed up it would have scratched the shit out of all this area on the inside here. So keep that in mind when you get yours. Do not immediately, the first thing you need to do, make sure you locate this washer under here and then throw it in the box or throw it out. Because it doesn't belong there. Yeah. So I'm gonna put that in separately just so everybody is forewarned. Anyway, take care, stay safe, and happy hunting.